the list that Vogue decided to put out. So they gave us a total of 118 looks, okay, that they are claiming these are the best ever Met Gala looks served over the years. Now, I will say some of the looks I do agree with, but some of the looks I do feel like they ended up just including some bad looks from people that are regarded fashion icons just for the sake of their names being there. I will say, however, one celebrity who was mentioned multiple times and almost was every Met Gala look was featured is Rihanna. And she is one person I feel like no matter what she wears, she knows how to carry the outfits. She knows how to wear the clothes. She does not let the clothes wear her. And I feel like with her, it's more than just her body, it's also just her aura, which just brings everything together in as far as fashion is concerned. So for that reason, I do feel like it was kind of justified that, a lot of her looks would be featured on the list. Now, another person who also made an appearance is Nicki Minaj. I did see that they featured her yellow dress that she wore. I think it was in 2024. Yeah, that iconic yellow dress that had Gucci Mane's wife running around to tailors trying to replicate the same dress. Yeah, that one. That wasn't necessary, but I mean, I just had to remind you that's how much iconic it was, okay? Keisha Gayo had to run around trying to, to go to Shein or Temu to have them make her a replica of the same dress, okay? I maybe she was trying to trick Gucci Mane into thinking she was Nicki Minaj, since you know that Gucci was obsessed with Nicki Minaj at some point. Of course, I'm exaggerating, okay? She didn't go to Temu, but she did have a knockoff version of that dress. But anyway, yeah, I was truly elated to see that dress on there because iconic it was. I do, however, feel like they could have, featured a little bit more in as far as she's concerned because that is not her only look. So I don't know why they did her like that. But that being said, another female rapper who also made it to the list is Lil Kim. And that is with her outfit from 1999. Oh my god, how old was I at this point in time? But yeah, she was wearing this pink outfit from Versace. I guess for that time it was iconic. Lately people have kind of been heavily into the gowns, the dresses. This was unique for that time, I guess. Okay, so yeah, I also saw her there. Advocate BBO, I think she was mentioned twice, but one of the dresses I feel like it was wearing her. I feel like it was a little bit overpowering her. She was kind of drowning in the dress, but the other one wasn't bad at all. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, if you have seen that list and who do you think should have made it to the list, or which other look do you think should have made it to the list but wasn't included, or which one would you personally take out? Okay, that being said, let us move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let's talk about Cousin Sloth, okay? Glorilla has kind of been moving in an interesting way, okay? You know very well I love Cousin Sloth on this channel. She is my favorite cousin of all times, but she's kind of been sneaky. She decided to post and said, man, I don't give an F who doesn't like me. B, this ish still going on. And then another of her posts says, if nobody has learned this about me yet, I do not clear up rumors. They fooling you, not me, B. Okay? And then she also captioned the same post, BITC, together with the Nicki Minaj song. Okay, and of course, people have questions as to who this might be directed to because recently her sister also, cousin Amen has kind of been going off and calling her all sorts of names, accusing her of doing the most. And at the same time, they have also been whispers about her relationship with Bongo 2, people assuming that they fell out because she essentially jaked Bongo 2 style when they went on tour together. So some people are of the opinion that this might be targeted towards Bongo 2, but Bongo 2 hasn't said anything directly to her, and some people feel like this is about her sister. But that in itself also, I think she would have been more direct, given that herself and her sister have been kind of going at it directly. It hasn't been very vague the way they've been coming at each other. But anyway, time will definitely tell. Okay. But that being said, people also pointed to the idea of her using Nicki Minaj's song on her caption because I mean clearly she was aligned with the other two girlies that don't see eye to eye with Nicki Minaj, both Bongo 2 and of course her cousin Advocate BBL. So people are like, okay, so now that you kind of fell out with these two girls, now you are using Nicki Minaj songs. What is going on, Cousin Sloth? And don't ever think of switching to the other side, okay? Because you made it clear that your side is Bongo 2 and Advovo BBL. Now personally, I feel like Kaizen Sloth played her cards nicely when it comes to picking a side in female rap because she never boldly came out to disrespect Nicki Minaj. She never did that. She's not like lottery ticket. And I do believe that she might have gotten that advice from Yo Gotti because he has been in the industry for long and he knows exactly what happens behind the scenes. He knows the power that fan bases hold and he probably advised her to sit on the fence because except that time that she was claiming to be hacked, she herself never ever directly disrespected Nicki Minaj. And I do hope that if she does decide to now boldly try to associate or try to act neutral with Nicki Minaj, the Babs don't fall for the bait. Because at this point, I think that the playbook is now all clear, okay? But anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Who do you think she was talking about? Or do you think it was just an innocent post? Because it could be that, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Offset and Quavios, it seems like they might have gotten back together and they might be working together now. Nobody knows at this point if it's going to be a joint album or maybe it's just a single together. Now, the two of them had reportedly fallen out over the past couple of years because of different things. At some point, it felt like Quavo was kind of, side eyeing Offset because Offset's wife at that point had more bars than the group, and Offset was financially being covered by advocate BBL. At some point, some fans were even blaming Advovo BBL, saying that she's the reason why the group fell apart, blah, 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 blah. And then it turned. When Offset broke up with Advovo BBL, Quavo went and made peace with, advocate BBL, which people also thought like that was weird. But now it appears the two brethren have decided to work together, to come back together. Do you think that it could ever be the same way it was back in the day during the Bed and Bougie days? Do you think they will ever get back their relevance? Or do you think that somebody probably did black magic on them and swapped their destinies with hers? I mean, I'm just saying. Speaking about baby daddies, the other one of Advovo BBL's baby daddy is in court today because of these allegations that I'm even scared to say out on this channel because they are just so graphic for my liking, too graphic for my liking. What he's being accused of doing is just so crazy. With the chef situation, allegedly he might have wanted more, and allegedly, it's crazy. I don't like such serious matters. Okay, it makes me feel unease. The idea that some people can be monsters that way. It's just so sad. So we will hear how that will go. I did see some of Advovo BBO fans celebrating, saying that this is what happens when you mess with Advovo BBO. Now you have these weird cases. Oh my God, it's because you did her dirty. You see, her voodoo doesn't play. And I'm just like, this is no voodoo. She got with that man when that man already had these allegations in as far as impregnating different women. She got with him when he had that reputation. So it's very reckless of her to think that that man was going to change for her. If anything, that man is just proving to her that she's not changing or anything like that. And I don't think that these lawsuits or him not being able to win at the Super Bowl has got anything to do with a voodoo. I'm sorry, I don't think so. Speaking about voodoo, let's talk about Azalea Banks, okay, the queen of chickens. Now, hers and Dochi's beef is one that started from ages ago, and I don't think that is ever going to end. Now, this is what Azalea had to say about Dochi. This was in response to a fan that had commented on that Gaga and Dolce video and said, I know Azalea's stupid behind is mad as hell. And that's what Azalea responded to and said. I'm actually elated. The music industry has found someone else to be the token black what fashion H word. I was always too feminine, sensitive, and cerebral to keep up with the masculine generic theatrics for the G male gaze. I'm so tired of seeing G men gyrating in crop tops, but I'm very happy Gaga has finally got her sassy black sidekick fix. Please, by all means, enjoy. And I'm afraid, but now I see what she's saying. Now that she's mentioned it, I kind of see what she's trying to say. And I dislike it when I have to agree with Azalea, but I see what she's saying. I see it. Like, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Do you get what I'm saying? But essentially, this sums up, the picture or the brand that Dochi now has in the entertainment industry. And I hadn't ever looked at it that way. I hate that it's Azalea who's bringing this to my, radar, to my intellectual radar to look at it from that angle, from that perspective. I hadn't at all. But let me know in the comment section, you guys, do you see what Azalea is saying in as far as the branding of Dochi is concerned? Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about, let us talk about Tasha K. Now, one thing about Tasha is she's not above anything, okay? She will respond to everything. That's one thing that I know. And the last time that we had this conversation about her being called jealous by Mona, I knew that we were going to get here. And as expected, she did not disappoint. When I tell you, she dragged the behind out of Mona and that other girl that Mona had on that podcast, I'm not exaggerating, okay? And it appears she also caught on to the weirdness and the awkwardness of just claiming to say that somebody is jealous of me because I'm light skinned. And one thing about Tasha is she will not keep it classy, okay? She's not gonna be, tiptoeing on or being politically correct. She does not care. But let me leave you listening to what she had to say in response, and let me know what you think about that entire ordeal. Do you think that Mona is going to be having a comeback, or this is probably the end that we're ever going to hear about this situation between the two of them? I will insert what Tasha had to say, but I'm not going to be coming back after that. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. If you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and do turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified each and every time that I post. Until my next one, see you.
All right, y'all, so I haven't done this in a very long time, but I got time today. Mona, don't call me white girl. A woman who has created her brand based off of colorism. Based off of the fact that she doesn't even want to be claimed as a light-skinned woman, as a white woman, or whatever she is. A mediocre-looking white woman, okay? Bad, aging badly. She younger than me. Teeth rotten, they going on the side. But let's stop the cap. You have done several interviews that don't tell the story. And you need to tell the story. If you're going to tell the story, let's tell the story. First of all, I don't know you. I've never met you. I've never even threatened you. I've never targeted you. I've never even found a reason to talk about you. See, what I do and what you do are two completely different things. I give voices to people who are voiceless. Especially when it comes to people like you who have big platforms who could just block them, and you may think somebody won't pick up their story. Hello, that's what Tasha K's platform is. We're going to take the story. And so while we're talking about me being colorist, the only person that I feel that has an issue with black women based on their colors, shades, and all of that is you. Because several black women, whether they were light-skinned, dark-skinned, they was all different shades, had came to me saying that you had taken deposits from them to do ads on your deleted platform now. And they never got them. You pocketed the money. You didn't buy no teeth with it. You didn't go to an esthetician and fix your skin. You kept their damn money. They booked you to do comedy shows. You didn't show up. You kept the damn money. They booked you to do ads. You didn't shout out these black women businesses, okay? But every time you get on their platform and they ask you about me, like, why you don't like Tasha K? You want to say, I don't know her. She just don't like me because I'm light-skinned. She feels that light-skinned women are better than her. No, I don't feel that way at all. That has nothing to do with it, okay? Nothing to do with it. Everything that I came at you with, which was receipts, on you stealing as a felon, as a light-skinned felon, these black women's money, hard-earned money. Now, when I picked up that story, your ass magically gave some of them the money back. That's your beef with me. So you want to talk about, oh, you don't know why people follow me? It's all negative. No, because it serves to expose people like you who are dishonest and who like to use their light-skinnedness as an innocence. But they would never do that. I would never take from somebody else, but you did. And if it wasn't for me speaking up on your, you would have just kept that money. You would have just kept that money. So stop the cap. Now, what we can do as grown women, since you think I got a problem with you, come sit down on my platform and ask me. Come sit on my damn platform and ask me what my problem is with you. Don't get out here lying and trying to create a narrative like I just woke up today and said I wanted to pick a fight with a side, toothless, mediocre looking, happen to be light-skinned woman. Light-skinned woman. You're coming at me as if I think that you pretty. You're not pretty. Okay? There are some beautiful, bad, light-skinned women. And you ain't that. You ain't gonna never be that. And you... Come sit on the platform. Come sit on the platform. Come sit on the platform. Say it to my face. You done made all these threats that you're gonna drive to my house? You gonna do this and do that? And I'm gonna drive your ass right down to the jail where you belong. Down there with your side tooth missing. Come on. Come outside. Let's go. But stop lying. Stop lying. And to L'Oreal, you agreeing with her after you begged me to come on your damn show? And you a light-skinned woman?